Each morning, the mirror on the wall reminds me that time is constantly moving on, and the toll becomes ever more apparent. The man who looks back at me is definitely aging. Wrinkles appear where they weren't before, and the ones that were there get deeper and deeper. The hair thinner and grayer, all the products of the many good and bad times that together constitute the past years. More than 50 now have passed by to become memories. Memories filled with laughter and, yes, tears. Victories and defeats. Proud moments and a few shameful ones too. The milestones marking the path I've come. But feeling old somehow escapes me. True, the joints are getting creaky. Aches and pains have started to beseech me. I'm not as strong or as fast as I was, and I don't feel indestructible like I used to. But then I am wiser now. I've found there isn't much need to hurry. I've finally discovered that virtue known as patience. But more important than that, with age has come the wisdom that the mirror reflects only the exterior, while the most important secrets are on the interior, where the child within me lives, as young and vibrant as he always was, as fresh and beautiful as he ever was and always will be for eternity. How beautiful they are, the untouched, the pristine, the young. Their only garment, the blush of innocence, so filled with ideals and dreams, so eager yet so vulnerable, so unprepared, not yet marked by the whip of failure, not yet scarred by the cruel steel of defeat, not yet broken by the rack of toil, still unmolded, not yet tempered in the furnace of life and the anvils of society. So young, so eager for wisdom, not realizing that with wisdom comes age, and the coming of age means the loss of innocence, and soon their beauty will be but a memory. A child is his own, his life his to live, his alone. His goals, his aspirations, his to set, his alone. The path he travels, his to choose, his alone. Success or failure, his to make, his alone. Not his father's, nor his mother's, not his lovers. Only his alone. A baby boy is born, a tiny thing, all pink and helpless in the beginning, doing little more than eating and sleeping. But then he grows, begins to cry and shout for all the world to hear. Come and look at me. And then he crawls, begins to walk. Things are no longer the same. The metamorphosis is complete. Yesterday's baby in the crib has become a little boy, with droopy pants and untucked shirt, shoes that are forever untied, a face and hands somehow always smudged with dirt, no matter how much soap and water are applied, a runny nose and mussed-up hair he seems to take with him everywhere, his pockets filled with who knows what, an odd piece of string, assorted bottle caps, various rocks and marbles, a jackknife that's rusted shut, lizards, snakes, and frogs, angleworms, spiders, and almost any kind of bug kept in bottles and jars, sacks and boxes, or a handy pocket, many times completely forgotten until someone does the washing. He's rough and tumble, and hard on his clothes, not to mention knees and elbows, struggling to be braver than he really is, especially late at night and in dark places when other guys are around. And no matter right or wrong, good boy or bad, one look will melt your anger. He's half imp, half angel, 100% your son forever. And thank God every day for that. This book is dedicated to the memory of my father. For years I saw him as an ordinary man, living an ordinary life, doing ordinary things. And then one day I realized just how extraordinary he was. He was my father, my teacher, my hero and protector, my advocate, my friend, and my companion. Being a sire is ordinary. There are lots of sires around. But being a father is truly extraordinary. So I'd like to dedicate these next 4 pieces to fathers in general. The change wind blows, a man plants a seed. It starts to grow and form the image of the man. A child's conceived. An infant born, a boy learning, watching, imitating, until he too becomes a man, plagued with need, besieged with worldly problems. Not so long ago a child, now with a child of his own, and that child has begun to grow, imitating him as he grows old, withering, wrinkling, his breath leaving him, returning to the stone. The change wind blows. A seed is planted. Time, like some great butterfly, goes flitting by, leading us on a maddening chase, always a step behind, reaching but somehow never grasping, always near but somehow too far away. We run but never gain, at last staggering to a stop, heaving life's last breath. The race we were never in, sadly over. My father's death angered me, the unfairness of it, taking my best friend from me. Then I cried. The anger died. Tears and memories filled the hole in me. What has come and passed, I cannot change. Only can I learn from it. I crave love's warmth, a breast to lay my head upon when the world has left me tired and wounded. Someone to comfort me, hold me, not chain me, cage me, clip my wings. I crave a love that gives and grows, not one that smothers, kills, or cripples. I crave a love as freely given as it is taken. Don't apologize when you're late. I don't mind a little wait. Don't change a thing you do. I don't mind you being you. Promise not to change me. All the others tried. Just let me be me. I will promise you nothing material. For material things are unimportant. Material things just come and go. Instead, I offer you all of me, my love, my affection, the simple fact that I care for you. All of this I offer you, life's only true treasure. Look at all the people milling about, some coming, some going, others just hanging out. Airplanes, buses and trains, taxi cabs and limousines, bringing some, taking others. Everyone seems to have a destination but us. How about you and me taking a trip? Up, down, anywhere, nowhere. Just say we'll be back later. Let's be tourists. Remembering and dreaming seem to be the only good part of being apart. It's when we're apart, I tend to drift off to some other time and place, where memories and dreams take me away, rescue me from the discomforts of present, back to the sheltered past when I was happy, or off on a journey to the world of fantasy, where all the things I did or do turn out as they should, with happy endings. Affairs of the heart, I've had many. Too many to remember well, many impossible to forget. Trysts born in passion's flame, blazing hot at first, only to later die as the fire cools. Sometimes a welcome death wanted by me, sometimes by her, perhaps by both of us. Sometimes the day is gone before you get up. Sometimes the dance ends before the song. Sometimes you lose the race before it starts, and it's damned hard to have a picnic in the rain. Sometimes the play is over before the final curtain. Sometimes the sun just won't shine for you. Sometimes things don't turn out like they seem, and it's damned hard to have a picnic in the rain. So damned hard to have a picnic in the rain. Curiosity, that puckish imp that lives with me from beginning to end, there at the womb to greet me, only at the grave does he leave me. Always there, beckoning and tempting me, tantalizing me with some new sight, taste, or sound, one adventure leading to the next. Some good, some bad, some nearly killing me. Neither thinking nor reasoning, or knowing right from wrong, and caring not a whit. Sometimes my enemy, sometimes my friend, never satisfied unless we're moving on. Sometimes in that time of day called dawn, or the one called dusk, when all the world seems to go silent, unchanging for a moment, I ask myself, what's this all about? Who am I? Where am I going? How long will it take me? Only yesterday we were young, no cares of things to come, our eyes filled with future things, our minds filled with dreams. We whiled away the sunny days, trying to be older than our years, letting the present time slip by to quickly disappear, leaving us older and suddenly sad, realizing too late we missed the good years. Now we turn and look to the past in frantic search of what we missed, our minds now filled with yesterday, our eyes filled with tears. But sadly time moves on, no second chance for us. Last year is gone forever, childhood has come and passed. The sun will keep on rising, the nights keep on passing, but yesterday can never be again. We can search for what we missed, but only in vain, for what we missed is gone now, never to be regained. What will be written upon the next page of my life? More of the same? Simply changes of places and names? Some paragraphs filled with hurt and shame, others with pride and joy. Will any of it change? I cannot say until I live it, but somehow I really doubt it. As I sit and listen through another sleepless night, all that I hear is the cold echo of my past, racing back to me out of the long and endless corridor of time. All the things I wish I'd done, those I wish I hadn't. Words and deeds, those I said and did, those I didn't. All coming back to haunt me yet another time. Will this remembering never end? God, I hope not. When first I reached land's end, beholding the vast ocean, where sky and water converged, then merged far past the limits of sight, I realized for the first time just how really small and insignificant I am. And on that first seaside night, when I looked to the heavens, filled with its multitude of uncountable stars, spread across the unmeasurable distances of limitless space, where time has no beginning or ending, I realized how insignificant we all are in the scheme of things. It's time once again to go down to the sea, the magnificent sea, mother of all life. I'll go to her, let her cleanse my soul, wash away my sorrow. Let her fill this emptiness in me. Memories, like pebbles and shells found on the beach, are bits and pieces of other times and places. Reminders carried with us in a pocket or a shoe, some beautiful, some painful. My favorites seem all to be of you. I don't know when, nor of what time, but I've been here before. I don't remember when I passed this way, but no matter when, I have walked here before. I can't place how I came here, nor whom I was with, but I know beyond doubt I've stayed at this place for a time before. I don't know if it was when I was very young. Perhaps it wasn't even in this life. Who knows? All I really know is I have been here sometime before. I look to the heavens in search of a star, lost there among the millions, my own private star. I know it's there, somewhere in the void, waiting to light my way. If only it could speak, there's so much it could tell me, things I need to know. If only I could find it, my private star, then I'd know which way to go. The time will come for me to leave this place and travel on, putting all that's happened here away, neatly packed in my trunk of memories. When that time comes, and it always does, I'll find a new place with new people and start my life over again. But old memories and friends, like favorite shirts and cherished sweaters, will be kept, never discarded, to be taken out and worn over and over again. Quiet time is a time I share with no one else, a time that I keep just for myself, a time when I alone can be with me, a time when I can go out of myself and look back at me. Quiet time is a time that I can survey me from without and within, a time that I can sit silent and alone, a time I can think all of these important thoughts of my own. Love is one of the things that grows as you spend it. Hate is the other. Both can consume you. Hate will kill you. Love will fill you and keep you. Tomorrow's made of dreams, hopes of things to come, always promising to be better, but seldom is. Today is simply reality. No fantasies or dreams, just cold hard facts, good or bad. Yesterday is gone forever, never to return. Things that happened way back then, now only memories. One filled with hopes to come, one simply right or wrong, one with things we wish we'd done or could do again. Man is made in God's image. Wisdom is gained by witnessing that which happens all around, all of those things that we see and feel, thoughts of others heard or read. From this are born the ideas and the thoughts we call our own, this thing that we called wisdom. Man's shadow is made in man's image. Close your eyes, and all you'll see is darkness. Close your ears, and all you'll hear is silence. Close your mind, and your thoughts will be empty. Close your heart, and all you'll have is misery. Life and clouds, I find, are much alike. Always there, but always changing. Sometimes high, sometimes low, light and fluffy, white as driven snow. Sometimes dark and foreboding, angry and seething, but always there somewhere. Always changing, always moving on. We spend our lives trying to find contentment, thirsting after it like a man lost in the desert searches for water, thinking all will be well and good if only he can find it. But contentment is nothing more than a poisoned pond, stagnant water that strangles our dreams, destroys our ideals, drowns the fires of our passions, atrophying our minds, bodies, and souls. Contentment is for the dead, not the living. Discontent is the food of life, thought and change, the maker of dreams, the source of ideals, the fuel of passion's fire, the womb in which freedom is conceived and then born from and reborn again and again. To be discontent is to be alive, the stuff that makes life worth living. We have so little time upon this earth to do what we must and say the many things there are to say. So we should spend this time of ours in the making of friends who will love us, not offending people nor causing them to despise us. Our time should be spent in happiness and causing others joy, not in hours of sadness nor our selfish desires. We should live this short life to the fullest, accomplishing all we can, for when we leave, all that remains behind is a memory. It's useless to brag about yourself, but when you do, the only one who listens is yourself. I've often wondered why folks walk so fast. Perhaps it's because they're in a hurry to get wherever it is they're going. Maybe they're all late. I'm not sure of the reason. I do know I find myself joining them, which bothers me no end when I think of all the things I must be missing. I have finally reached a point in my life where I recognize and am in touch with me, all of me, not just parts. The king has finally made his entrance, taken his seat. Order can now prevail. Life can proceed. I find that I'm much happier now that I've learned to walk unobtrusively to the beat of my own drum, rather than to the beat of so many others, somehow always hopelessly out of step, no matter how hard I tried. I've fallen once again from the heavens and find myself back in the ashes, trying once again to crawl out of the hole I've dug. But this time, I've found the answer, realized who and what exactly I am. If I can make but one person smile each day, especially me, then my day has truly been a complete success. I no longer climb mountains just because they are there, or just to reach the top. Now I climb them for the experience, what I can learn. So too do I now live my life. There is a place a long, long way from here, but closer than next door, where time does not exist. No years or days, no hours, minutes, or seconds, where calendars and clocks are non-existent. A place without a past, without a future, only now. A place that has always been, and forever will be. The place where every living thing to come awaits its time. place every soul returns when death takes his turn to wait on life again. I felt I had to say something about war in this book. War is such a part of our lives nowadays. It seems it always has been. I've lived through several in my life. One so big they called it World War II. One called a police action over in Korea. Several conflicts, all of them wars regardless of their title. Some longer than others, some more severe than others. All too damn long and too damn severe. All of them costing too damn many lives of friends and loved ones. All of them touching us in some dreadful way. O Cain, had you only known that dreadful day, the horror you had done, condemned all those boys who came after you to the dread and agony of war, all those boys doomed to die before they became men, all those men to come home, never to be boys again. On that fateful black day, you committed all mankind to the futile hopelessness of endless war, here in this place, once called Eden. Wars are waged by the rich and the powerful to gain more wealth and power. Wars are fought by simple men like you and I in the name of honor, God, and country. The fruits of war, the bitter and the sweet, are divided equally between the sweet, hoarded and coveted by the rich and the powerful, the bitter carried and remembered by all those simple folk who fought and died from both sides. So it is, so it was, so it seems it always will be. War and its horrors, its wreckage, waste, and carnage, invented and waged by the few, fought and paid for by the many, here in this place, once called Eden. Off they go, just boys, not yet men, hastily prepared. But how can you prepare someone for hell when they've never been? And as someone once said, war is hell. When the lull comes, that temporary peace until the next war has begun, they bring them back again, the ones that are left. The dregs of war come limping home, and hollow victory or bitter defeat, here in this place once called Eden. Back home they come, no longer the boys they were, but now too soon aged men, some never to walk or run again, never to race down a wooded path, never to feel the surf and sand tickle their toes again, some never to throw a ball, wave hello or goodbye again, never to hold a young girl's hand, never to use one or two hands or perhaps their arms again, some never to see the sun again, never to see a young girl's blush, never to see a child's smile, or for that matter anything, ever again. Some doomed to silence, never to live in the world of sound again, never to hear music, never to hear the magic of laughter, or someone say, I love you, ever again. Some come back so damned afraid, broken by the carnage, the loss, and the killing, their poor tortured minds so repulsed by it all, simply erased everything. Some come back in coffins or body bags to lie beneath neat rows of white crosses, or left behind in some foreign land, lost forever in an unmarked grave. Of these, some will say they are the lucky ones. They are forever done. Yes, back they come until the next one. Boys that left only to return, too soon aged men. The heroes and the losers from both sides. The living and the dead. The legacy of war. And the saddest part of it all, no one learned a damn thing here in this place, once called Eden. If I could turn back the clock travel back in time, where would I stop? Where would I begin? Would I choose just the good times filled with luck, laughter, and love? Or would I live the bad times over again? All the letdowns and defeats, the sorrow and pain, some long ago, others minutes old, some rarely thought of, others still bleeding. Only the good times, I suppose. Bad left to lie, important lessons. The only reason I don't let them die. Definitely the good times. Only they would be my choice. Why fill a fantasy with so much truth?